Hey guys, welcome to The Market is Open. And today we're going to talk about some Tesla news. They have a new board of directors, and we're also going to talk about an article that was written about Tesla Norway sales, which are down 40%. So this is Tesla's new board of directors. They added Larry Ellison and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson today. So most of you probably know who Larry Ellison is. He is a super strong personality, of course. He doesn't take shit from anybody. And he is one of the richest people in the world. He's worth about $60 billion. And recently he announced that he was close friends with Elon Musk, and he owns 3 million shares of Tesla. So Larry Ellison, he was the CEO of Oracle, and now he's the CTO, and he has Mark Hurd, who was the CEO of HP, working as the CEO of Oracle now, and Safra Catz, who was, I believe, from within Oracle as the CEO. So Oracle has two CEOs, and Larry probably still calls the shots from his chief technical officer position at the company, but he probably lets them run most of it. So Larry Ellison's also pretty big in the tech world. He used to be on the board of directors of Apple. Actually, I believe he wanted to buy Apple out. He wanted to actually buy the company, and Steve Jobs convinced him not to. So he was close friends with Steve Jobs as well, and he's pretty big in the entrepreneur and business scene. I mean, he's obviously a good businessman. You don't become one of the top 5 richest people in the world if you're like a total wimp. So he spoke up recently about Tesla, and I believe now he wants to be a little bit closer to the company. So Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, she's a senior VP and chief human resources officer at Walgreens, and previously she was a senior VP at Kellogg's. She was VP of global human resources. So she's coming to Tesla now. And from Walgreens, Walgreens is the largest drugstore chain in the United States. Obviously, the company has huge reach, and she's bringing her knowledge and her skills to Tesla. So, of course, CNBC interviewed this guy today, Jeff Sonnenfeld, who had some stuff to say about these 2 new board of director members coming on. Sonnenfeld said it was such a good decision, and he says the SEC got had. So, I guess it depends what side you're on. This guy, Sonnenfeld, doesn't seem to have any long or short positions in Tesla. So you can decide for yourself if you're happy or not. It seems like Larry Ellison and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson are 2 veteran business people who are coming to Tesla's board of directors to help them out. Not so much to look over Elon. I guess that's what the SEC wanted. Maybe that's what they'll get a little bit, but the SEC wanted 2 independent board of director members, and that's what they got. So it sounds like a pretty sweet deal for Tesla shareholders. If you're a shareholder, you want Larry Ellison on your team. Tesla still has to pay these 2 people's salaries, so it's not a completely free deal. The next thing Sonnenfeld says he doesn't understand why the stock was up 5% today. Tesla fulfilled what they agreed on with the SEC to add 2 new directors. So, that's great news for Tesla. That's sort of behind them now. So that's probably why people are less worried, and the stock popped up. Anyways, he calls Ellison a clone of Elon Musk. I don't know if he's a clone of Elon Musk. They're both billionaires, but that doesn't mean very much. He says Larry Ellison was always attacking people. He was always attacking Microsoft. Now he's attacking Jeff Bezos. I guess I would attack Jeff Bezos too if he was attacking my business. So Oracle's fighting hard against Amazon. So yeah, of course if you're attacking his business, he's not going to just give in completely. He's going to be quite outspoken, and that's what makes him good in business, and that's what's gotten him to where he is today. Now, in terms of Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, he says that it's a great choice. So he agrees that it's a great choice, but then he says he doesn't see how she has the time to do this. I don't know. How does she not have the time to do this? Elon's running 6 companies at the same time, and she can't attend a couple board meetings. Obviously she has the time to do this. So this isn't really a great argument here. There's nothing negative that can be said about this. Okay, moving along. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this article, which was written on December 27th, about Tesla's down 40% in Norway's Q4. By the way, Q4 isn't even finished yet. 63% of which can be explained by Jaguar. Okay, so first of all, this is written by Anton Wahlman, who is a known short seller. I believe he even discloses right here that he is in fact short Tesla at the time of writing of this article. Though he has actually been super negative on the stock. Yeah, if you listen to him up till now, then you'd be in the red because he would have kept you out of Tesla. Tesla's at 333 and the stock was at 5% today. So this guy's just he's a perma bear on the company. Okay, so he's looking at Norway's results from Q4. Yeah, he even says that there's 4 calendar days left in the quarter. He says Tesla sales in Norway were down 40%. That's a decline of about 1,500 units. Jaguar sold 900 units in Norway. It's the first competitor, and it's obvious that this was the chief source of Tesla's decline. And as you might know, Norway is a leader in the electric vehicle market. Most of their a large chunk of their population has already switched to EVs. Okay, so let's cut to the chase here. So basically, what he's talking about is this chart over here with some numbers in it. I'll make it simpler in a second, but basically he's focusing on Tesla sales versus the Jaguar I-Pace sales. So here they are. I just copied some of the data into this chart here to make it easier to look at. So basically, Tesla Model X sales are down 34% from the same quarter last year. Tesla Model S is down 47%. Jaguar wasn't selling anything last year, so it's not down at all. And Tesla overall, between Model S and X together, is down 40% from last year. So he's saying that the down 40% is attributed to Jaguar selling these 949 units, which they sold in Norway just in the last quarter from October to December 2018. Yeah, so he's saying that Tesla is down about 1,500 units, and that's because Jaguar has sort of taken the market share away from them. So I'm not sure you could just make that determination simply by looking at these numbers. It's not so obvious as he's saying. I mean, there are a lot of players, as we just saw, so there's quite a few factors. Now, it's kind of strange, actually, these numbers here. So one thing to note, one thing that I noticed was that Tesla Model X sales went from about 100 to 200 to almost 1,000 in December. Tesla's Model X sales are on the rise over the quarter. Same with Model S. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how Tesla does these sales. They sell 86 cars one month, and the next month they sell 600. So it seems like Tesla can just sells whatever they feel like selling. And Jaguar sales were at 400 in October, then 300, then 165. So it seems like they're actually on the decline. And in total, they sold 949. As a matter of fact, Model X in just December alone sold 980. So they sold more Model X's in December alone than Jaguar sold in the entire quarter combined. So I don't know if Tesla's down and out just yet. It seems like Jaguar sales are declining, whereas both Model S sales and Model X sales are on the rise. Now that said, these numbers are all pretty small to begin with, so I don't know if these numbers are the best comparison. I don't know if Jaguar is stealing market share from Tesla. Not to mention that the Model 3 isn't even there yet. The Model 3 will probably steal market share not only from Jaguar at the high end, but from all the other car manufacturers that we just saw in the mid-tier range. So that's yet to be seen. Plus, Norway is not even that big of a market. There's about 5 million people there. It's one of the most saturated electric car markets in the world because a huge percentage of the population already has electric cars. And I think the United States is where you want to be. And I don't think the Jaguar I-Pace, won't even be selling that many cars in the United States, at least not at first. Whereas Tesla Model 3 has already been dominating the United States. I believe the numbers will come out in a couple days, but they've been selling about 20,000 cars each month in the United States. Okay, so he says Tesla sales are down 40% in the quarter compared to Q4. Obviously, that number will shrink by 1% in the remaining days of December. Okay, whatever. This Tesla decline was 1,500 units. Fine. Jaguar entered the market and sold 900 units. And 900 units is 63% of Tesla's 1,500 unit decline. Okay, so I don't know. Tesla could just be focusing their sales in the United States because the tax credits are getting cut in half, so they probably want to sell more Model S and Model X's in the US. And then, I mean, next year is a brand new year. I mean, we'll see what happens. There's so little data here that his sample size is so small. He's picking the smallest country and the smallest number of cars. Yeah, they're completely independent from each other. It doesn't make a lot of sense. He says there's other competitors coming, but I mean, let's see what happens when the Model 3 comes in 2019. Yeah, we can't say for sure that Jaguar took this 5% market share from Tesla, but come on, it's about as clear a trace as one could possibly make it without having photographic evidence and sworn statements by the people who bought the Jaguar. The fingerprints are very damning here, as I think should be obvious to anyone. So, like, this guy obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. He's super bearish on the company, and he's really scraping the bottom of the barrel here to try to find something bad about Tesla. But you can't just look at a small country, a small segment of the small country, and make a determination that Jaguar is stealing. Like, the numbers don't even add up. It's only 63% of Tesla's lost sales. So what happened to all of Tesla's other lost sales? Where did those go? So I think Tesla is sort of can choose to focus their sales wherever they want. Like, it's very hard to tell. One month they sell 100 cars, the next month they sell 1,000 cars. Like, clearly, you can't just look at a couple months and make a determination based on that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I know what you're going to say. The Model 3 is coming. That is what I said. And Tesla CEO has promised its arrival on European soil in February. Yep. It obviously looks to become a strong seller among electric cars. Sure, however, keep in mind two additional factors that kick into place the first half. If Tesla loses Model S and X sales to competitors from Jaguar and Audi, it will take even more Model 3 units to make up for their lost margin. Okay, but Tesla Model S and Model X sales aren't suffering globally, so I don't know about that. Audi and Jaguar won't likely be the only new entrants to the market in terms of less expensive cars, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's true. There's going to be a lot of new entrants into the market, but keep in mind that they're going to have to steal market share from themselves because they're currently selling gas cars, and the market share will be stolen from current Jaguars. So yeah, so every electric Jaguar that's sold will probably take away from one of the gas Jaguars that are sold. Jaguar and Audi and all these companies are going to be fighting themselves as well as Tesla. So Tesla is sort of pushing its way and expanding the pie chart into this new market. Tesla sold about $6.8 billion. They had about $6.8 billion of sales in the last quarter alone. So that's $6.8 billion that didn't go to these other automakers. So Tesla's basically stealing market share. These other competitors, I don't know if they're going to be stealing market share back from Tesla because Tesla's growing. They're just stealing market share from themselves. Their gas cars are probably going to start doing worse and worse and worse gradually over time, maybe quickly over time. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video.